Guys, I have been practicing so hard for this episode, and it's all gonna make sense in just a little bit.
I'm so ready. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Metacast Music Dudes. This is a show where 4 friends get together, we share music with each other, we judge each other's musical tastes, and point out why we should and should not listen to music. Has anyone listened to Catfish and the Bottlemen since last episode?
Yes, I've listened to all 3 of their albums numerous times.
Really?
Out doing, well, I'm retired. I have some extra time, but outside, I was doing a lot of work outside, some landscaping, and I put music on. And I listened to all 3 of their albums at least 3 times, I think.
From viewer suggestions in the comments, I've listened to quite a bit of the first album. The first album was, I believe, it was The Balance, right? Or the Balcony. Which one was which?
The Balcony, yeah.
The Balcony.
Balcony's
I've listened to quite a bit of that. I love,
right?
Cocoon. That I'm all about that track. That is on my liked songs playlist now. Yeah, I've listened to quite a bit since last episode.
So how did you guys feel about
Distance? Have you listened to?
Yeah, I listened to the entirety of The Balance to and from work one day, and then I listened to most of The Balcony.
Okay.
Because someone said in the comments to listen to that instead.
Yep.
And I was like, but I already finished the other one. What do I do? But yeah, I found all of it like really enjoyable, just as much as like what we heard. I was not disappointed.
Yeah. They like to end the album by just cutting off a song like right in the middle of a bar or something, you know?
Yeah.
I think all 3 albums ended that way, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think the last tracks, they do have kind of a very abrupt ending. What were you gonna ask, Craig?
I was gonna ask how you guys felt about the early stuff versus the most recent album.
I mean, I didn't notice a difference. You know, it's like, the first album was so much different than the third. I didn't get that at all. I mean, they all sounded the same, like pretty similar to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would agree with that too. I think from what I've listened to, I wouldn't say that there's, I would feel like maybe the reason why people are saying that one album is better than the other, or they like more, I wonder if it's just the nostalgic or emotional attachments to those songs versus, I don't feel that there's like a quality difference across the albums where like one is noticeably better than the other, or like you're saying, many like changes in their style or anything. It sounds like the same band over the course of a career. I mean, of course, as bands progress, they do grow. I don't think that makes The Balance better than The Balcony for me or anything, but yeah, honestly, it's all been fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, the only comment, because the Balcony and The Balance were the only ones that I really listened to. Like the Balcony, to me, it feels like a stupid thing to say, but it had more of like a punk attitude to it, I guess. Like not necessarily musically, it just felt like the place that they were at was a little more like aggressive-ish, even though like the music still sounded very like indie or like progressive rock to me, sort of. The Balance, I thought, was more like along the lines of what you would expect from like music from that area. It had like kind of like a 80s kind of vibe to it, like kind of like the 1975 a little bit. This is the second time I've mentioned this band. But I mean, generally though, like the music seemed about the same to me, like the same style, and I mean, the quality was great in both of them. But I agree with Ty. I think that maybe for fans, they have like a different kind of perspective about the younger years and like where they were when this album came out, and being longtime fans and stuff like that. It's just something that none of us will have the amount of time to have, like, because we can't go back to way back then. We have to consume all of it like in the present, like more or less in the same time frame.
Thinking back on it, I do feel as if the most recent album is just not a whole lot, but just a little bit more polished. But at the same time, like I said before, like I love all of it so much. It just so happens that my 5 or 6 favorite songs are on the most recent album.
And I mean, in all reality, it if a band over the course of their career, their albums are not becoming more polished, then they're just not learning, right? Like, I mean, the more time you're spending in the studio, the more time you're spending writing, it should just
you almost
naturally
can't help it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like either that or you're making a conscious effort, like, not to be better at what you're doing. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
This month, Distance has the floor. He is going to present something to us, so we're going to tell him why he is wrong for listening to what he listens to. Take it away, man. What do you have for us this month?
Okay, so this band, who actually weren't a band to begin with, and I'll explain that after the first song. I'll tell you guys a little bit about the band. They're called Igorrr.
Igorrr.
Does anybody know who this is?
I have not heard of them at all.
Okay, they spell it with 3 R's. But the reason why that's funny is because it makes the name really hard to pronounce because they're French.
Igorrr.
And the French R is like weird to English speakers. So the first song, Craig, I think, is the only person that studied any French. So, Craig, do you know what the word viande means?
Viande?
Spell it.
Viande.
Nope.
Viande means meat in French, like that you would eat, that kind of meat in French. And that is the name of the first song. And
doesn't narrow it down.
All right, I'm into it.
I am so excited for you guys to hear Viande for the first time.
I'm excited because the extent of my French knowledge is omelette du fromage.
What did you say? Omelette du fromage? Oh.
That's all the French that I know. So.
Merci.
Fetchy lavash. Fetchy lavash.
What is that?
Yeah.
What is fetchy lavash?
I don't even know.
That's
French that I know.
I think that's a Monty Python reference from the Holy Grail.
Fetchy lavash. Quoi? Fetchy lavash.
Gotcha. I should have got that.
Fetch the cow, maybe? I don't know. I think that's when they threw the cow over the
Vash. Okay. That's funny. I am pumped for this. I am glad that it is something I've never heard of before. I was wondering because we've ran into this problem already with my episode where I thought I was bringing something off the wall and Distance had already heard of it. So the amount of time that Distance and I have spent together, how long we've known each other, it may not be possible to do enough bands that we actually have not heard of. So the fact that you brought something I've never heard of, you did great, man. So let's check out. Can you say it for me? Viande?
Viande.
Viande. By Igorrr.
Igorrr.
Ty, the video's muted.
I'm a professional, goddammit. I know what I'm doing.
Was that a count off?
I think that was French for 1, 2, 3, 4.
It gets so much better.
That's heavy as fuck. I like that.
Yeah. Fetchy lavash.
The production value is fucking great. I like that.
Yeah.
I just learned how to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
I quit. I'm done making beats. I'm done.
I can show you how to do that.
The vocals remind me so much of The Locust. That's fucking sick.
So what do you guys think?
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, so I know that like, I mean, there is like meme factor to it. The vocals are obviously meant to be somewhat like funny. I would hope, but yeah, I think it's fucking great.
Sounds like I'd like to listen to that when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, well,
Very relaxing.
And have nightmares.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you guys might think that this first song has prepared you for the rest of what I've
But it hasn't. Good.
But like,
I'm ready.
it hasn't. Like, whatever you're expecting is not what's going to happen.
Okay. That's
Okay.
Clearly it's meant to be sort of weird, but it also grooved super hard.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
those are well put
So-
together rhythms.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And I love the part where I don't know what he's using, but that little like gung 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 gung, it like makes it sound so sludgy, and that little chromatic thing they do in that one spot, it's so heavy.
Yeah.
But okay, so this is, like I said, they're a French band. They didn't start out as a band. This was initially a guy named Gauthier Serre, I think is how you say his name.
Okay.
And he's been in a couple other bands, but he just wanted to screw around in the studio and just do weird shit. And he started out, I think his first album, first album was called Poisson Soluble, I think is how you say that. Then there's another one called Mosisio. I didn't actually practice the pronunciation for that one. But he actually debuted with the album Nostril in 2010.
Okay.
Along with an EP called Baroque Core. No joke, that's what it was called, Baroque Core.
That is awesome.
The second album was Hallelujah in 2012, and that featured a collaboration with one of the guitarists from the band Mayhem, and the singer, I think her name is Laura Le Poinunech, I think is how you say her last name.
Okay.
And also Igorr's pet chicken was involved in the making of that album. I'm not kidding. The chicken's actually credited with helping with the album Hallelujah. No joke. But the thing is Gauthier is multi-talented. He plays keyboard. I believe he plays mandolin. I think he plays ukulele. He plays accordion. This dude can do fucking everything.
You did just remind me about, have you ever heard of Hatebeak?
No, I have not.
Hatebeak is a metal band, and the vocalist is a gray parrot. The vocalist is they've taken recordings of the bird just screeching, and that is the vocalist of the band. It's like when you started talking about the chicken being involved, it was like it immediately reminded me of Hatebeak. But
there you go. But yeah, but I think his chicken actually has some videos of like playing stuff. Like I think that they have him playing a video of him playing a keyboard or some shit.
That is
awesome. I haven't seen it. In 2017,
Talented chicken.
Yeah,
bring it to my studio.
In 2017, they actually signed to Metal Blade Records. So they released the album Savage Sinusoid, and he did. I think some collab with some of the guys from. Let me look in here. I think it was. Yeah, he did a collab with a couple of members of Cattle Decapitation, who are like a death metal band.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of people liked it. Metal Injection awarded it the Batshit Crazy Album of the Year award. This was
awesome
Savage
album.
Sinusoid. Yes,
it's an awesome award title. I like that.
Very prestigious and very sought after.
Imagine having that on your mantle.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh yeah, and so I don't know if it was part of like the record deal or what, but in 2017 they started touring. They've been at like Hellfest and they've done a couple other events. They were at the Montreux Jazz Festival. They were at Download Fest. They were in Download Fest in England. They went to Copenhagen in Copenhagen, obviously.
Yeah.
They've been to a lot of events. But
imagine
Igorrr,
being at a jazz festival and like some quartet gets off stage and then all of a sudden like Igorrr starts.
But
bring out the chicken.
But here's the thing. You guys will very quickly understand that this band doesn't belong anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like no matter where they show up, it's just not. It doesn't work. But it also works because it doesn't work. But Gautier, who calls himself Igorrr, he proclaims himself to be a metalhead. He loves things about metal, and he wanted to make music, different kinds of music that featured his favorite things with metal inside of it.
Okay,
that's what he said.
I did have to look up when you said his name was Gautier. That do you remember that one hit wonder that released someone you used to know? Whatever. I was like, hold on, is there any chance it's that same guy? Did he go away from pop and start doing this?
He spells his name differently. It's Gauti. That guy?
Goatsy is something totally different. Don't Google that.
Oh,
I don't think anyone.
I'm gonna Google this later. I am the Google here.
Yeah.
I would also like to credit the other two people that are involved in the production. There's Laurent Lugnot and Sylvain Bouvier, I think is how you say his name. That's the other vocalist and the drummer. Actually, in an interview, Sylvain, the drummer, he was asked what's it like performing with Gautier, and he said, "It is very difficult." So I think maybe just because the music is very demanding, it's a lot of really weird like shit that they do. But yeah, that's all the stuff I'm going to tell you about the actual band.
Okay.
Now, as my captive audience, I would like for you guys to listen to and pay very close attention because this is intended to be watched as well as listened to. This song is called Very Noise.
He said pay close attention to. There's definitely going to be some violence.
Define violence.
I'm ready for this.
Nailed it.
I love the animation already.
You did not nail it, Craig.
This reminds me a lot of Rubber Johnny. Anyone remember that video?
I can see why the drummer says it's very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, this is fucking sick.
Yeah, this is great.
Like, the polyrhythms are everywhere. I love it.
Wonder who the hell is doing the animation.
Yeah, I do want to look at the animator. The sound design is fucking incredible.
Yeah, it is.
I should not have taken a drink right then.
So
my God.
Listen carefully to the weird outro scene because I'm kind of cheating.
Ugh. I don't like that at all.
Is this another one of their songs?
Yeah, I kind of cheated.
Wow.
I absolutely
man.
fucking love that.
Oh man, that was great.
It's like they're just trying to completely screw with you the whole time.
Yeah.
And but the little clip you heard at the end is another one of their songs called Papong, as I think how you pronounce it. It means cinder block. And I'm wondering, did you guys recognize the vocals at all?
Was it the chicken?
He sounded familiar. His lows sounded familiar, but I can't place it. No.
It's George Fisher from Cannibal Corpse.
I wondered. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I wondered if that was
So
him.
they did a song with him like called Papon. My French is terrible. I can't even say 20 in French without sounding like a moron. But
I've been impressed with your French pronunciations tonight so far. But I
Dude,
guess I'm not good at them either. So
I practiced a lot for this episode, and it's still garbage. I feel like my butcherings of Francais are like probably offensive to most French listeners, but please comment on my French in the below comments.
Yeah.
So thoughts. I really didn't expect anybody to have anything coherent to say about this song.
I love. Well, go ahead, John. Go.
I just the editing, the sound design, very creative, very interesting. I loved it. It was fresh, it was just a treat to listen to, and obviously a treat to watch too. The video, I mean, even without the video, the music, the soundtrack was just awesome. But I was also very entertained by the animation, and like I said, I wonder who the hell did this animation.
Yeah,
that was
an
incredible
masterclass in this is how you do it, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is
somebody knows exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I feel like what happened was Gaultier told the animator what he wanted, and the animator was like, I don't know if I understand. And he was just like, it doesn't matter. Just do what you think I'm saying. Yeah. It's like, okay. Like
I love
that's what happens.
Like immediately at the beginning. I mean, I said it during the video. It reminded me a lot of the Rubber Johnny video that went viral online. Well, that was a lot of the sound design part at the beginning, which I think wasn't that actually Aphex Twin. It was involved with the rubber. I thought so. Yeah. But I love that it is effectively like a viral meme video to a music video. Like, did any of you guys ever see it was called I Pet Goat 2? It was like a weird, super allegorical, like Illuminati video that circled around like 2012. It was a CG video. Like, it's really, if you guys have never seen it, it's fucking interesting to watch. It's like 7 minutes and 30 seconds, but it's like it's a CG video released by a company called Heliofont, and it was just kind of supposed to be like, the world is ending or something, some sort of weird allegory. But like, it reminds me a lot of that style of like animation that just kind of like, it's obviously supposed to like show some sort of stuff going on, but like enough, like while watching it, it's like, I don't know if I'm getting what this is telling me. Like, but I love it. If all of it's going over my head, I'm still enjoying it.
So I just skimmed through that video you mentioned, Ty. Like I saw George W. Bush, I think Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and CG cartoon version of Jesus.
Yep.
So I'm gonna watch the whole thing later.
It's a weird one, but it like the animation style is kind of similar. But yeah, I do want to figure out who did that last video. That was fucking fantastic.
So fun fact. I should have mentioned this earlier. One of the salespeople at my company mentioned this band to me. He listens to like progressive, like death metal or like black metal. Okay. Like he listens to like Inferi or like Necrophagist, like really out there shit.
Yeah.
So but would like to say, Paul, thanks a lot, buddy. Not only did you introduce me, you didn't only introduce me some weird shit, but you gave me a really nice opportunity to torture and confuse my friends. So,
no torture here.
Yeah.
We're enjoying it.
When I was looking up, like, because we've kind of been using YouTube as our format, when I was looking this stuff up, because it was when we first talked about doing this show, was when I was like, oh, like I had just heard about this band. I was like, this band is perfect.
Yep.
And then I found out there was a music video to Very Noise. And the thing is all I found was like hundreds of reaction videos. And I was like, this is great.
This is perfect. So, yeah.
I was overjoyed when I saw it. I was like, this is going to be fantastic.
Great job at keeping a lid on that for the past 4 months then.
It's well taken a lot. So the next song, which is a bit of a change of pace, you'll see what I mean. Okay. It's called Grosse Barbe, I think is how you pronounce that. It means big beard in French.
Yeah. Is this about John or what's?
Yes, they wrote it about John. Yeah. So I'm really hoping you guys want an encore after this, but we'll see.
And speaking of big, I just wanted to, for any of the viewers, I want to clarify something. Craig's mug looks huge. Go ahead and take a drink there, Craig. But just to clarify it, that's really just a normal mug. Craig is really only 3.5 feet tall. Yeah. He's a small guy, so I just wanted to clarify that in case anybody was wondering.
Thanks for telling everybody. I was kind of hoping that nobody would find out, but
we had to have that room and the piano custom made to fit him.
I really want to get a tiny version of that mug, and when you set it down where you set it, I just reach right here and act like I pick up the same. Like, oh, little guy, pat you on the head.
We have to do that.
Oh man. So from what you were saying, Distance, like, I don't know if they could ruin my yes vote at this point. The first 2 songs I have been absolutely blown away by. So it's like, unless this entire track was, to quote my favorite movie, like Pip farting on a snare drum, I'm sure that I'm just gonna fucking like vote yes already. So pronounce this one again. I want to say Grosse Barbe, but that's not right.
Bad Barbie, bad Barbie, bad Barbie. Those are naughty thoughts.
It's a Grosse Barbe.
Nice, thank you.
Nice. That was
Great singing, boys. That falsetto was nice. I'm pretty sure dude just does not want to be a genre. He's like, I dare you to try to define me. This is just so refreshingly different. I like it. Yeah, again, just like great soundscapes. Like the sound design is just awesome.
I'd like to see the video for that.
Yeah, there should be a video for that. Yeah, dude, this is just sick.
I mean, they're the
That about says it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the vocals at the beginning, like I understand that listening to opera type singing, it requires a whole lot of training and skill, and
to listen to it or to do it. Like listening to operatic singing requires a lot of training.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But the fact that like it's also that there's a rock and roll edge to it, that it can still fall apart and be gross. The female vocals in this song remind me a lot. If you guys haven't heard it, Dimmu Borgir, the black metal band, has a song called Gateways. The video is fucking crazy. It's some of the weirdest imagery you'll ever see. But there's a female guest vocalist that does some really cool stuff in that song.
I was way off. I thought I heard the same guy doing super high falsetto. I guess I thought that I did not even realize that was a female vocalist coming in. I thought that was actually our boy Gautier here.
I think he does some higher pitch stuff. It might actually be the other vocalist that does that stuff.
Tell me that,
or was it the chicken? I went to the chicken.
Sorry.
What's up?
I was under the impression that the whole track was the same vocalist.
I thought so too.
I think there's someone that just has a really good falsetto in there, but I do feel like there's some female vocals in there too.
At any rate, that was one of the most impressive vocal tracks I've ever heard.
Yes. There is one complaint I have with this. It's not that I don't like it. It is, however, sometimes I do find it very strange when a musical group tries to span so many different genres like that, simply because a lot of times it's like, if I'm in the mood to listen to a certain type of music, I would like to put on this musician's album and kind of know what I'm in store for. You know, I mean, like every once in a while, sure, maybe the metal band will have the one ballad track on their record or whatever. But normally it's like, you know, I put on an album, I've got an hour or so of music that I know what I'm in for. It seems like if I do that with these guys, it's like I guess my schizophrenia will be happy with what's going on. But like, but I don't think I know what I'm in for if I were to ever put on an Igorrr album from beginning to end.
And I realize that it must be intentional because, I mean, everything that we've heard and seen so far has been so impressive. There's no way that it's not intentional.
Yeah.
But man, I sure would have liked to hear more of that vocal without underneath the bottom that was sort of covering it so densely. Because I was absolutely entranced by that vocal. Oh my God. Someone was doing unbelievable things with their vocal cords. Like I wish I could hear that soloed track. Like that's what is going on.
That is one thing about male operatic type singing, is that a lot of people don't realize how much support from like your diaphragm and lungs it takes to push out that much air to sing as low as he is at the beginning. Like that wreaks havoc on your respiratory system if you haven't trained.
I mean, and the sheer range of the whole thing, I mean, from the bottom to the top was an enormous amount of notes. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if they performed this one live, but here's the thing, guys. Like, even if you vote the Encore, we have only scraped the surface of what the other work this band has. There's so many other things that span so many different styles. There's like,
very cool.
I just found a video of them doing it live in Montreal. So
really?
Yeah. The video I found is Au Revoir, Spaghetti Forever, and Grosse Barbe live in Montreal. So it's got 3 tracks. I would love to see that vocalist try to. I instinctively started to say I would love to see that vocalist try to perform that live. Judgmentally, I'm sure they nail it. But that's where my mind went immediately.
My brain says the same thing. Like, there's no way.
Right?
There's no way.
I dabble in playing bass. I wouldn't say I'm even that good at it. And it really sucks when you hear somebody that's so amazing and you're like, oh, there's no way they can do it live, because you just don't want them to be that much better than you.
Yep.
And then you see them live and it's like, I fucking hate these people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Animals as leaders, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like if Animals as Leaders messes up live, they're the only ones that know it.
That's right.
Like, I think nobody else will ever be aware.
Most metal vocalists say the same thing to Alex Terrible. They'll see his YouTube videos and like, there's no way he does that live. And then they go see Slaughter Prevail and it's like, all right, I quit.
Бесстрашный.
Same stuff with the guy, Phil Bozeman from Whitechapel.
Yeah, he's also
a lot of people don't think that he's capable of doing that either. But I've seen him live 4 times now. Trust me, people, it's real.
Yeah.
The vocals are real. So yeah, I was actually I'm interested to go back and look. I want to watch the live performance of this song because I was under the impression that there was more than one vocalist. If this is all the same person, I think my genitals might have just fallen off.
Right?
Okay. What if we find out not only is it the same person, but it is a female vocalist the whole time, and actually gets that low at the beginning? Like, what?
I mean, whoever makes it no more or less impressive. Like, either way, you're a female vocalist going real low or a male vocalist going so ridiculously high.
Yeah. Yep. Good point. That is a good point.
And also, like, the shrieky kind of yelly stuff. I'm not sure if that's the same person or not. Like, I don't know who does the screaming stuff versus the singing stuff, or if they switch off or what. Like, there's just so much going on. And also, Gautier has done so many collaborations with so many other people. Like, who knows who is like in and out of the studio during some of this stuff, you know? I mean, I guess it's like that for any album, right? Yeah. But I mean, for this one in particular, like, he seems to know a lot of people. So for the last song, it was between 2 different songs.
Well, hold on. We haven't voted yet. You're already thinking you're going to get a last song.
I also want to say, as far as vocal range, I mean, a male voice can go extremely high with falsetto, but I don't think a female could go extremely low as a male voice can go.
Sure, yeah. At a certain point, you're just kind of limited by the length of vocal cords, right? Or actually, is it
it's
length
a
or
physiological thing?
Yeah,
I don't know about length or whatever, but.
As Distance was bringing up with the possibility of that being the same vocalist switching between, that is something that if you watch really good vocalists that can do both, like screaming and singing, Courtney LaPlante, doing like live performances and shit like that, one of the most impressive things is switching from, like, you know, great singing vocals to like screaming vocals and stuff like that. So yeah, if that's one vocalist live doing that and is able to like control their breath like that, then yeah, that's just physiologically that's impressive.
So impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to discover this. How do we find this out?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna watch the live video after we're done here. That's one thing I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. Let's do that.
I mean, do we want to find this out now for the information of the viewers?
I see one dude with a mic so far.
I believe that's Gautier.
Okay. I'm just gonna scrub. I want to see if anyone else comes out or if it's just, I mean, because honestly, the audio quality of this video we're watching is pretty horrible.
He was doing it.
Yeah, I think this is one dude. I think this is him the whole time. Holy shit.
What a monster. Oh
yeah.
My God.
This dude is phenomenal. I'm just seeing if someone else comes out. So, I mean, at least in that performance, that is him the entire time. There is no other vocalist that comes out. Wow.
But I did not hear the very high part in any of this.
It's at the very, very beginning.
Yeah, I skipped a lot. Yeah, and I mean, and also in all reality, like I said, that is someone's camera phone. I don't want to sit there and judge the audio quality on that. You know, we're not even hearing like the stage.
Sure,
like, yeah. But yeah, I would love to find like an actual live, like, you know, mic'd performance of that. That would be great to hear. But yeah, that is phenomenal. Wow.
But yeah, at one point as you were skipping through, I did hear him nail an absolute ridiculous note way up.
Yeah, it's funny, like, I'm presenting this band and I'm surprised right now. So like it's
what an absolute legend.
Yeah. That dude's I want to know transcribed that the range on that song. Where is the low note? Where is the high note? I'd love to know how many octaves does that actually span.
That's two fucking clefs. That is two different clefs. I'm positive.
I'm sure.
Has to be. Well, I don't know. It might not be.
My man is doing work.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. That is fucking impressive. Yes. Are you ready to be judged? Because I'm ready.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've already been presumptuous about everyone's assessment of this, but yeah, judge away.
Whose verdict would you like to hear first? I would suggest Craig, because I think he's gonna vote no. I feel
like John's gonna be the nicest, so I'm gonna save him for last. So he can like. Well, actually, no. I want his vote.
Count.
I want his vote to matter. Actually, no. Actually, yeah. Can we hear John first, please, John?
Okay. Okay. Double thumbs
John
up.
just a yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely yes.
Okay. Well, what about Ty?
Craig, I'm sorry, man. Your vote's not going to matter. So no matter what, I am going to listen to more of this. Like, there's like, this is just going to end up on playlists. There's no way I'm not listening to more of this. So of course I would like to hear another track now, because that's just going to save me the time of pulling it up after the episode. So yeah,
I want 2 encores.
I know. I'm voting yes.
I'm pretty sure that Craig was going to vote yes, because like seriously, like the way he's talked about this band is like how John Madden used to talk about Brett Favre all the time. Like John Madden was like in love with him. It was so weird. Yeah. But I just really wanted Craig's vote to not matter. So there's that.
For our British audience, could we liken that to like actual football? Like, are there like soccer players that would make sense to? I feel like people are like, who the fuck is John Madden and Brett Favre? What is that?
The problem is I can't name the like FIFA announcer, you know?
Me neither. I know he says goal really long. I know.
Yeah.
What, dude, that's on Univision, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, wrong culture.
right sport at least though. The rest of the world, that is the main sport, right?
That's what happens when a Peruvian soccer team scores a goal in the World Cup, not the British team.
That's real football.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Ours is American football. It's the other kind. It's the direct ripoff of rugby that we call a different thing and wear helmets instead.
True. But yeah, Craig, what is your absolutely inconsequential vote that does not matter? Welcome to the electoral college.
Well, as I told you earlier, I had every intention to vote no, regardless of how good or bad the music was, just to be spiteful.
Yeah. Sure.
But I have to admit that this, especially the second track, really was the nail in the coffin for me. I would have voted yes anyway. Nice. This is incredible.
Yeah,
what an amazing find.
Yeah,
it's not even how good they are. It's just how fucking crazy it all is. Like you just want to know.
I have the opposite. Like I don't even notice that it's crazy because I'm so blown away by it.
Do you need to listen to the first song again? It's pretty crazy. I'm sure you may have not heard what was going on there. There was a lot of insanity.
The first track, you know, of course, there's like a scream in the beginning, and you go, "Oh God, what's going on?" But then when the music starts, I get lost in it, and like I notice the weird stuff, and I go, huh, "Weird," but I'm still like, "Okay, this is happening. Oh my God, is he doing that?" Like it's just so good that it's beyond reproach. He could have any weird, funny noise happening at any point,
like a chicken.
It would be amazing.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. It is. Yeah. This is fucking fantastic. Distance, you have absolutely killed it with this. Yeah. Great choice, my man.
I'm pouring this in celebration of Igorr's triumph today.
Can we have it? Can we have product placement? Is that cool?
Yeah, we're trying.
We're
trying to get sponsors.
Yeah. Tell them they.
Okay, well then, San Pellegrino should have sponsored us years ago.
I think Propel has been our biggest. I've had bottles of Propel on this podcast for way too long. But yeah, so yeah, it's a unanimous yes. I mean, no matter what, we're hearing more. Yeah.
So I was actually torn between two songs for this one. I wanted to do Musette Maximum, which means maximum bag.
Okay. I'm into
But
it.
I decided on this one, which is called Cheval, and that is French for horse.
Okay.
And there's no chicken in it.
Damn it.
I was really hoping for some
Shame.
chicken. Yeah.
But you will realize just how French this guy is in this one.
Okay.
And there's no mimes.
All right. So this is that band Cheval. The band is Cheval playing Igorrr. I think this.
Cheval.
Never ceases to surprise.
I like the GoPro on the drummer's head.
Yep, I want to see that view. Ooh.
Banjo.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hope he picks up the banjo. The view is his face? Hey, nice microphone, buddy. Craig, you're in this one too? This is so good.
Look at that guitar.
Is that made out of driftwood?
I think so.
I think Paul Bunyan made that.
Yeah, I know, right? I love that camera angle. It's just the drummer's face. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, there's the horse.
Yeah.
The largest fret markers I've ever seen on a bass.
Yes.
Is that a ribbit?
I love that dog. God, her voice is phenomenal. Yeah,
man.
The trust in not
Fuck
letting your dog
me.
ruin a take. Like,
Yeah.
would anyone else have their dog in the vocal booth like that? Like, what the?
Well, I feel like the dog's just trying to figure out what the fuck they put the bonnet on its head for. They're like, what have you done to me? Like, it's,
Yeah, I love that
yeah.
look. The dog's just looking at
That-
the camera like, what have you done?
that
But
is,
now I'm wondering if we heard her in that previous track.
because she, I
wonder.
mean, that's Laura Le Ponenech, I think is how you say her name. I think I'm screwing up the C at the end. I don't know. Sorry. I have Hebrew tattooed on me, so I try to, I don't know, whatever.
Try
But
to make
yeah,
everything
that's,
Hebrew.
that's her, Laura.
Yeah, her
Laura,
voice is
that's how you-
phenomenal, though.
That was
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
That was very
She's yeah, I mean, and I think that the thing that they were trying to capture was that they, for some of the stuff that they're doing, particularly the accordion stuff, I think they want people to understand just how difficult playing accordion is. that like how much is actually going on, like, and some of the stuff that we take for granted, the techniques they're doing, like that slide thing he's doing.
Yeah,
I had no idea like what you did to manipulate an accordion to make that sound happen.
Yeah, watching his finger work was it was very impressive.
But obviously, in the basing, like the strokes he's doing with his thumb and his fingers, like that shit's so fucking cool. Like I've tried to practice those techniques, and they're very, 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 very hard to like sync your fingers up to actually make the rhythms that you want.
Yeah,
it's quite difficult.
Yep.
Craig, don't you have an accordion?
I do.
I played an accordion when I was in grade school. I had
really
actually about 3 feet from it. You can actually see it. It's right here.
Oh, I do see it. I see the keyboard of it right there.
Yeah, except the accordion I played had a regular piano keyboard, not the typewriter style key.
Oh yeah, well, it's got both.
Oh,
yeah, it's one on one hand, one on the other, right?
The left hand usually are buttons, but I've never seen on the right hand it'd be those buttons. You know, that's interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was what accordions always had.
Is it usually? Oh, is it? So is it usually the keyboard on the left?
Yeah, on the left.
I don't know what side they're supposed to go on. I'm not an expert, but
have you been playing your accordion upside down for years? Is that what's going on here?
I don't even play the thing. It's more of a prop.
So next stream you're gonna loop in some accordion, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to. I honestly have tried on my own to like sit around and figure out exactly what does what, and this one I'm sure it's like a toy, so it's probably not the same as like a professional accordion. But I don't get this one at all.
Oh man! All right, distance. That was great.
But what I was gonna say a minute ago when I was trying to interrupt distance, impolitely, if I started today and tried for the rest of my life to record something comparable to what we just watched, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
unbelievable.
I love the musicians that just make me want to quit. It's like some people are inspired and some people are just like, fuck, well, there's already masters out there. I'm never gonna do that.
I'm super inspired by that.
Yeah, that was
unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. I wasn't sure, how you were going to respond to it. Their album from 2020, Spirituality and Distortion, I feel like the quality on all of the stuff is great. All the albums from Nostril on, but that one, I think Spirituality and Distortion is the one that like where they really kind of peaked. That came out last year, 2020.
I love the contrast of like one album is called Nostril, another is called Spirituality and Distortion. Like the one end of the spectrum to the other is just, it's fucking great.
That album's great too. Like Camel Dance Floor is on there, Downgrade Desert is on there. Those are all songs I really, really like by them. And the best title on that album for a song is the Paranoid Bulldozer Italiano. I don't like the song particularly much, but
I love it.
Yeah,
it is like they're almost grindcore. They're not, but it's like it is so weird that it's like it's literally like if I tried to put this in a genre, it's like they're almost a grindcore band, I guess. Like if these guys were to tour with another artist, it's like who would they be with other than like I could see them with like The Locust or Number 12 Looks Like You or just like something crazy and noisy like that.
They could tour with Between the Buried and Me. I think they're artsy enough.
I could see that, yeah. But not Dream Theater.
I wouldn't
not on that stage. If Dream Theater,
right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have them open up for Taylor Swift or something like that. I mean, that's.
I wonder what John Petrucci would think of this band.
That would be an awesome reaction to watch. I would love to. Yeah, that would be cool. I love those shows that are like obviously wrong like that. Like for instance, years ago, Distance. I think you might have actually been at this show with me, but I went and saw Walls of Jericho, and they had Armor for Sleep open for them. It was like a super soft like emo band, and then like Walls of, and there were 7 fights that went on. 2 people had to be carried out in stretchers. It was like, why are you doing this? Why are there 2 completely different crowds here?
Because
Walls of
the armor for sleep crowd was probably
Yeah, it's
like,
like-
why do they keep touching me?
like yeah, I mean, like Walls of Jericho, like their singer has like full sleeves, like a full
I thought you were gonna
chest
say
piece.
she has my heart. That's Candace has my heart.
She's a power lifter. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure she's done mixed martial arts. Like, I can't imagine armor for sleep. Like I don't believe I was there. Like I think we saw Walls of Jericho another time.
Okay.
But I do not think I was at the one where Armor for Sleep opened up for them.
It was at
but I can't
Brouhaha's.
remember.
It was just
Oh,
such a
wow.
weird night. Yeah.
Maybe I was there. I don't know.
I forget
Walls
who
of
all I
Jericho
traveled there with.
was
I
good,
thought
man.
you were there, but yeah, maybe not. But either way, like, yeah, like that would be the same as like, yeah, if you know, this band, when you put them on with anything else, it's like there's just gonna be some really strange juxtaposition in the crowd of like, what is going on here?
Dude, I saw Devil Wears Prada open up for Whitechapel.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah.
There was a
I don't know if
part
I've
where
ever seen Whitechapel live.
oh, dude, it was when I think it was I think it was that weird self-title they came out with. It was right after that came out. There is right before one of the parts of I forget which song it was. Their singer said, "Get in the pit and make someone your bitch." And like there were like these three like church kids that came to see like Devil Wears Prada, and they were like, "My pleasure." And if you don't live in the South, you won't get that joke. But yeah, there's, I don't know, maybe Igorrr should open up for Armor for Sleep.
I would pay to see that. Yeah. Yeah, guys. I don't know where to go from here. I think we're filming.
Well, I know where to go from here. I want to say I'm going to give a little shout out to somebody named Craig. The other night, I happened to see a little bit of Craig streaming as live, viewer request, and wow, I was really impressed. And I saw in the comments on the right side, I saw somebody saying, "Wow, this is a great place to hang out at 3 a.m." And it was 10 p.m. around 10 p.m. when I was viewing. I thought, 3 a.m. Where the hell is this guy? And I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, yeah, that's got to be like England. And then I look and the guy's name was Scott from Scott the Scot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Scotland. I thought that's really cool. There's somebody over in Scotland at 3 a.m. hanging out listening to Craig play live requests. That
was really cool.
Yeah, it's very impressive. You have a hell of a voice. You're a very talented dude.
Yeah.
And I just got to give you a shout out.
Yeah,
Man.
viewers, please check out Craig. He streams live on Twitch. He does does requests. He has started doing stuff with this loop station that is actually really fucking sick. It's definitely worth watching. So, yeah.
Man, you guys ain't got to do that.
You call yourself? Is it Upstart Cupcake on Twitch?
Yes,
yeah.
he does.
There will be
One
text on
word.
screen. Yeah, I'm gonna edit that in afterwards. Yeah. So link in the description to Craig's stream down below. Definitely.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here for episode 4. Hopefully you enjoyed. I just want to say Igorrr, but I assume that I'm pronouncing it wrong if I just say Igorrr. But Distance, thank you so much for showing me this. This is fucking interesting and phenomenal. I have been blown away today. Yeah.
Well done.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Thank you all.
See you next
Bye
time.
now.
Bye.